So here we are at a little over 2 weeks old, and I just want to check in with y'all and let you know how we're doing. Hi, baby. Hi. Oh, now that the sleepless nights have set in, I feel like you get a better picture of what's going on. You know, that first week is just full of bliss and excitement, and then it kind of wears off and the tiredness sets in. And for me, out the door goes sleep, and also my ability to maintain a level of calmness and peace that I've been striving for. So I start, you know, letting my thoughts run away with me and have a harder time taking them captive. And so it can be a struggle for the whole family, especially, you know, for my husband, who has to help keep me grounded. And so Tilly, like many of my babies, has had a little bit of trouble gaining weight, a little bit of trouble with jaundice. Nursing is not easy for me. It never has been. It's always been a real struggle. Another aspect that can be slightly difficult for me is finding a doctor. We have had a family doctor for several years now that I absolutely love. She's very like-minded and helpful and just a really awesome doctor, but she moved to a new practice and does not take babies, which I didn't know when we were putting down our doctor for Matilda. So I had to very quickly pick a new pediatrician without knowing a thing about him. And so we went to our first appointment, and you know, that's where he told me she had some jaundice, and we had to do a blood draw and then come back in a week. For the week leading up to the appointment, I started getting a little stressed. Matilda was having trouble latching, but I've spent hours, and I mean hours, in lactation consultant with other babies, so I was employing all the tricks that I've learned from that. There's really great websites like Jack Newman's that have a lot of helpful things, so I was confident I was doing the right things, but I knew she probably wasn't back to her birth weight, and I didn't want it to start a spiral of events like it did with my third baby, just really invasive and out of control, and caused me so much anxiety. So I was just praying and trying to remain calm, but we went to that appointment, and she was not at her birth weight like I suspected, but the doctor was amazing. I feel like God just answered my prayers with the doctor that we got, because he was really helpful, and he could tell that we were doing all the right things, and he was very supportive, and so that was really encouraging. I just encourage you, if you are having trouble nursing, because it's not easy. I don't know whoever made anyone think that it is. It's definitely one of the most difficult things I've ever done as a mom. To reach out and get help from someone who's experienced, or a lactation consultant, and don't be afraid to say, this is not working, what am I doing? Because it can really help and save your ability to nurse your baby. Okay, so even for a mom of 9, I've done this 9 times, I can still get overwhelmed, and I can get nervous. And you know, on the day Tilly turned 2 weeks old, I see on Facebook somebody else who was born on the same day has already gained over a pound since his birth, and I immediately am like, oh my goodness, she's not even back to her birth weight. Am I doing it wrong? And then I have to just take a deep breath and remember who is in control, and just have a little more peace about it, and know that I am doing a good job as a mommy, and that all babies are different, but regardless, God is in control. He made Tilly, he designed her, he made me her mother, and we're a good team. One of our current questions is, where's the poop? So I'm really used to babies who poop constantly, but Matilda is not doing that. And so that's one of the things I was getting a little nervous about, and asked the doctor, and he's like, oh no, she is gaining weight, and she is getting over the jaundice really well. She's happy and content, and she's peeing lots and lots and lots, so not to worry that she hasn't pooped. He said that babies can go more than 7 days without pooping, and it's no big deal as long as they're happy and their bellies aren't getting hard and anything weird like that. Hi. So we're still looking forward to some poop, but we're not gonna worry about it. Yeah, because you're happy. You're happy, baby. Oh, bless you. We're gonna go ahead and weigh her. Moment of truth. Since I've had trouble with other babies gaining weight, I purchased this postal scale years ago, and it's very accurate. And what I do is I put them in a clean diaper, and I put the diaper on the scale so that it zeroes out. And then I take it out and put baby in. That is fantastic. I was hoping for 8 pounds. I was hoping for 8 pounds. So 4 extra ounces is great. Doc said we're looking for ½ an ounce a day at the minimum. And that means in less than 3 days she's gained 4 ounces. So we're on track. This is great. This is encouraging news. It's easy for people to think that because I have so many, I must be an expert or super patient or something special about me as a mom, but I'm here to say that that's simply not true. I struggle with probably the same things that you struggle with: being impatient, being selfish, being even clueless as to what I'm supposed to do or how I'm supposed to do it. But that is all overcomable. Being a mom is the most sanctifying aspect of life possible. Nothing has grown me as a Christian like being a mother. Like late nights with sick babies, or sibling squabbles, or tooth issues, or just all of the many aspects of growing children, teaching children, loving children. They're make me rely on God every moment. If you asked my grandmothers, they would tell you that I've always wanted lots of children. 12, they say. I honestly don't really remember that as a child. But I know that after I had my first, I knew that being a mom was the most precious thing that I could be. And I knew I wanted more, but I didn't always think I wanted 9 or 10 or 12. After 2, you know, I bought into the American standard. I had a boy and a girl, and that was probably good enough. But God did something, and He really changed my heart towards these precious little babies to see that they really are His. These babies are a gift from God. He is the one who breathes life into them. And I could not possibly say no. Yes, to you precious thing.